So I'll quickly go over these 10, right? Access management goes into who has access. And when we say secure operations, it's more access at the API level, access at the privileged user level, who are your admins, who have access at the host level, database, DBAs, and other things. Asset management goes because your application will be running on multiple assets. You could have multiple hosts, multiple databases. What are all your assets, right? And do you know all your assets so that you can manage it, you know, their past and other things. We talked about the vulnerability management that becomes the ongoing process to keep on scanning and keep on planning based on the risks, right? How you're going to be patching those things. You could have a 0-day, which is a very high severity 0-day, right? And you may have a SLA to fix it within few hours, like 8 hours, versus you could have vulnerabilities that are lower risk that may wait for 30 days or the next cycle of release. Hardening and patch management we talked about, right? So that becomes the ongoing thing. Is it hardened? Security monitoring, incidents response, right? So we touched upon it that you need to enable your audit logs, but as part of the security operations, you need to have people, individuals looking at those logs and doing some ongoing monitoring, as well as ability for you to do forensics if the need comes. Data handling and privacy we touched upon, right? That many times, right, the security operations, like especially if you have an application that requires GDPR, as part of the GDPR, right, you have something called visa request, right, which is, yeah, subject can ask you to remove the data or have a query about the personal data you are handling for them. So you need to have those kind of processes in place, right, so that you can abide by the different regulations and laws of the country, right, where you are running your business. Third-party vendor management, because you may be running different, now we talked about one vendor when we had the cloud provider like Office 365, but when you are running your own application, you may have certain operating system vendors, certain database vendors, certain data center vendors, so how you are managing all those vendors. Key management, especially when you are doing your encryption, right? And I didn't go into details of the encryption, but you will be doing key management because your encryption is as good as first thing is the right algorithm choice, which you're using a well-known secure algorithm, and your key management is good, right? So that becomes part of it. Obviously, compliance based on, okay, do you have your SOC 2 needs? Do you need your application to be FedRAMP compliant? You need to have GDPR and other compliances, right? So that should be part of your security operations and overall governance of it, right? So based on your application and the size of it, you need to be, okay, constantly having a governance and an oversight of, okay, how quickly you are meeting the SLAs of patching it, testing it, and doing various things. So hopefully that gave you a flavor of two types of applications, right, which we talked about, which is, okay, custom applications, which you are building it, more responsibility, more things to care about, applications.
For more information, click on the link below or visit databrackets.com.